Well, good morning. Hope everyone is having a fantastic week so far. We are in the week of Halloween. There's not really a whole lot of Halloween Christian hymns, so we're going for harvest songs right now. And today I found one that I'm sure you've heard sung on TV, at least in the 60s and 70s, and maybe in the current times now, depending on the TV show. And I'm going to tell you what all shows this song has been on. It has been on Little House on the Prairie multiple times. It's also been sung on The Flying Nun, 2.5 Men, an episode of Supernatural, an episode of The Simpsons. I couldn't believe that. And it was played by the marching band in the 1966 movie of Batman, on The Queen's Gambit, and also on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in 1986. So what in the world is this hymn that seems to be the most popular thing to use in Hollywood? It is actually called Bringing In The Sheaves. And I'll tell you what a sheave is. Here's a picture of one. And it is a bundled crop. It's not yet harvested, but it's what they have brought in as they are gathering. And this song was made by a gentleman by the name of Knowles Shaw, and it was written all the way back in 1874. And it came from a verse that inspired him from Psalms 126, verse 6. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. And this song, well, let me tell you about Noel's life. It started when he was, well, his conversion and everything started at the age of 12 when his father was dying. And his father had his beloved violin that he was giving to his son. And on his deathbed, he told him, he said, remember your mother and prepare to meet your God. And so his father died shortly after that, and Knowles was working on the farms there in Indiana to try to help bring in money for his mother and his sister, and to also, for extra money, he would play at the local balls, his violin. And it was at one of these balls that he remembered what his father told him about prepare to meet your God. And right there in the middle of the ball, he was converted, and he stopped playing his violin right there. And he found a local church, and he began to grow and root his faith there. And he went on to ministry. And it was at the age of 26 that he would go on to preach. And under his preaching, he gained 11,000 converts. He would die at the age of 43 in a train accident, but think about that time, from 26 years old to 43, having that much of a harvest. He was known as the singing evangelist, and he did write other songs, and this is one of the last songs that he wrote. So I really love that, the story behind this, and to know how many shows it was featured in. So I don't know what crop you are hoping to harvest right now, whether that is something in your marriage, in your job, your children, but keep on reaping, keep on sowing, keep on living out your faith, and one day that crop will come. So let's sing it. We're going to go from the Broadman hymnal today, and it is number 359. So let's sing it together. Sowing in the morning, sowing seeds of kindness, sowing in the noontide and in the dewy eve, waiting for the harvest and the time of reaping, we shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves, bringing in the sheaves. We shall come rejoicing, bringing in I should also mention that the music was made by George Minor. Knowles did write a tune to go with this, but George later came along and gave it our more popular tune that we just sung. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on the next 10 Minute History.